Hi, this is Andrea from Pesado, and today I would like to introduce our high extraction basket. We have developed our high extraction basket range about one and a half year ago, and they've been very popular. I take this opportunity to just explain how they work and what are the benefits, what are the pros, what are the cons, when to use them, when maybe not to use them, and how to get the best out. First of all, what do these baskets do? These baskets extract more. What does that mean? It means that you will get more dissolved solid into your liquid coffee. So to put it more simpler, it means that your coffee will be thicker, it will be more concentrated. How do they do that? They do that by having a more open surface area. So when you use these baskets, because the open surface area is bigger, you will have to go finer on your coffee. Your machine will extract slightly faster. Therefore, by you going finer, you're going to slow it down and you will get a thicker coffee into your cup. When would you like to have a thicker coffee and when would you not like to have a thicker coffee? Talking in like general kind of rules, like just guidelines, I would recommend you to have a thicker coffee when the profile of the coffee you drink is a light profile. Let's say if you are the kind of person that enjoy drinking light roast, single origin, wash coffees, most likely roasted to keep as much as possible of the original profile of the coffee, then this is definitely a good choice for you. If you are the sort of person that enjoy the darker tones, chocolate, coffee that are more suited for milk, then maybe this is not what you want to be using because you will just get too much out of it and it might overpower the coffee, especially if you drink as an espresso. If you drink it in milk, then it's probably okay. What is the difference between a normal basket or a standard basket and the high extraction basket? First of all, the metal, the thickness of the metal. Because the high extraction basket has got a bigger open surface area, you cannot achieve the same amount of open surface area from a thin amount of metal because the metal would break. So we've used a thicker sheet of metal and we use a different way of cutting these holes into them. These holes, this has got 2000 holes or 1999 holes, and they all laser cut. They're all spaced exactly a millimeter apart from each other and they are cut in a concentric way. In any basket that you buy on the market, any other basket that is a standard basket that has got this thickness, there is no way you can use a laser machine. The laser machine would make a hole that is too big. So any other basket you buy on the market, it is not laser cut, it's actually pressed. So all these holes are pressed. There's nothing wrong with pressing the holes, but the holes can be smaller and they need to be a little bit further apart. You cannot achieve as many open surface area because the metal wouldn't support. Now, what is the difference in between the two when you use them? This will extract less and this will extract more, meaning that in your coffee settings, you would have to go finer on your high extraction basket to get the same extraction time that you would go with a normal basket. Another difference that you might find is that the shape of the basket is different. You see, this being a thicker metal, we are able to achieve a much more cylindrical shape, but with the normal baskets, you are not able to do that because you cannot create a curve that is sharp enough to achieve a cylinder just because the metal is thinner. So when this gets stretched on the machine, there is no way you can achieve an absolute perfect cylinder. What does that mean? Why would you want a cylinder there? Because the top of your basket is 58.3, 0.4, 0.5 millimeters. So this is the open surface area here. We want to have the same amount of open surface area down there so that the water is flowing exactly cylindrical down your basket. These guys here have probably 58.5 at the top, but when you go measuring at the bottom, you will lose quite a solid amount of millimeters. Therefore, you got less open surface area and you have less extraction. Also, you've got a bit of an obstruction there where the basket going back in, it will kind of like squish the coffee a little bit on the bottom. So, therefore you get less extraction yield. What is the difference in the portafilter, for example? Okay, so once you put your normal basket in there, they slide in, nice and easy. They go in and out fairly easily. With the high extraction basket, you will find they are a lot harder to get in. Why are they harder to get in? It's because the metal is thicker, therefore they are a little bit wider. So, you will have a little bit of a struggle, especially at the beginning. So do expect that. They're also thicker. So the metal that we've used for the high extraction basket is about 1 millimeter thick. The metal that we use for a normal basket, AP basket in this case, is only 0.3 millimeters. So what's gonna happen when you use the high extraction basket and you put it in the coffee machine, once you lock it in, most likely it will sit a little bit further back. Why? Because it's thicker, so you got less space in there for the handle to go in. There's ways around that. You can change the seal of your coffee machine, put a thinner one. Usually putting a new seal would help, or you gotta thin down the wings of your coffee machine. This is by purchasing a different portafilter head that's got thinner wings. So yeah, you can expect that as well. And another thing you can expect is that with your normal basket or the EP basket in this example, you expect like an extraction that is like a single channel, a single stream of coffee out of your basket. With this one, most likely you're not gonna get that. You'll get many drops. Okay, why? Because the coffee, the liquid coffee doesn't flow back in the middle. It's actually coming out from wherever it's flowing. So there is less restrictions in there. It's free to flow. That's why you have higher extraction. We have got these baskets in different sizes. We have not gone down the line to tell you how many grams to put in there. We got small, medium, large, extra large. How many grams is that? It all depends on the roast you use, on the coffee you use. If you're using a coffee that is light roast, you might be able to even squeeze 18 grams on a small one. But if you're using a coffee that is a little bit darker, a little bit lighter, then you will never fit 18 grams on a small one. So that's why we're going small, medium, large, extra large. As a standard guide, extra large would be 22, large would be 20, medium would be 18, and small would be 60. We also made the basket for the 54 millimeter coffee machines. And although we had to play a little bit with the shape there because the 54 millimeter is a lot more restricted in terms of space in the portafilter, we have found a dramatic improvement in the taste of the coffee. So if you do have a 54 millimeter coffee machine, like a Breville, like a Delacote, these guys will fit and they will improve your extraction yield. Thanks again for listening to what I had to say, and we'll speak to you in the next one.